Alright, what's up guys? Dragonkin here. So there's been a lot of things about the presidential election now, and we're pretty much down to the last month of the election. So a lot of people are saying, oh, well, I don't want to vote for either of these candidates. I don't know who to vote for. I can't really go third party because they're not going to win. And I'm going to tell you, according to where you live, where you should vote. Or who you should vote for, I mean. So, first off, if you know your politics and you know your side and you're a Democrat or you're a Republican or you're Green or whatever, make sure to vote down ballot. That's the most important part of any election, is voting down ballot. Is voting for your congresspeople, voting for all of that kind of stuff. All right? Now, if you live in a non-swing state, okay? If you live in a solid state, and what I mean by that is California is going to be Clinton. Texas is going to be Trump. Arkansas is going to be Trump. Things like that, where you know your state is 10, 20 points ahead of the other candidate. Honestly, you don't have to vote. Your vote doesn't matter. Your vote won't count towards anything other than a percentage and an extra number next to their name. What I would suggest is voting third party in this election. Just to get the other people's name out, to say, hey, we're sick and tired of these two options. Honestly, I don't like either of the candidates, and it would be nice to have our third-party candidates get some representation this time around, just to show how sick of the system is, how, sick everyone is. That being said, if you live in a swing state, and this is going to the people who are on the fence and can't decide, you should vote for whoever you think you should. If you think that it's Hillary Clinton, vote for Hillary Clinton. If you think it's Donald Trump, vote for Donald Trump. If you're on the fence, that's fine. If you can walk in there and just say, I can't vote for either of these two, don't vote for either of those two, vote for a third party, because honestly, if you can't vote for either of them, and you can't put that on your conscience, don't vote for them. Honestly, if you can't vote for either, vote for Johnson, vote for Jill Stein, write in Bernie Sanders. It really doesn't matter. If you can't do it. But if you can hold your nose and vote one of them, and that's the one that you lean closer to in a swing state, your vote actually can matter. Your district actually can make a difference in a national election if you live in a swing state. If you live in Ohio, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Florida, I think there's another one. I think Iowa is the other swing state. If you live in any of these states, you pretty much are stuck with the two-party system, because of how the election is set up. And I'm not saying that you can't go vote for Johnson if you live in a state that's a swing state. I can't tell you who to vote for. However, I can tell you that in a swing state, it actually does matter. If I lived in California, I'd be writing in Johnson. I'd just be writing libertarians all the way across the board, because I know that it's all going to be straight Democrats all the way across. If If I lived in Arkansas, same thing, just straight libertarians. Like, I know that my vote wouldn't matter more than a percentage. Whenever I lived in Arizona, that was the same thing. I knew that the Republicans owned Arizona, just gave it away. If you live in a swing state, though, or the election's this close, and it's definitely close in your state, the two-party system, it is the lesser of two evils this election around. I hate to say that. I honestly hate to say that. But your choices are Hillary, Trump, or you just pray that Johnson everyone just walks in there and just goes, nope, third. Like, that's, like, there's a very small part of me that hopes that a bunch of people just look at both of these candidates after the third debate and go, I can't stand either of them. Anyone but them, and just pulls Johnson. Like, that's honestly the only hope I have left. And I'll tell you that if you walk in there and you're just looking at the two and you know that it's a two-party system and you know it's between the two, just go with your conscience on this one. But it's really depressing how this system's working out. It's really depressing how this election's turning out. I couldn't imagine having two worse candidates. This election is like a lesser version of Hitler versus Stalin. Hitler being Hillary because that's the left-leaning, and Stalin being Trump because he's more right-leaning. I don't know what to tell people anymore. I will still be defending Trump whenever it comes to anything that isn't policy. If there's anything that happens to Clinton, I'll be defending her stuff if it seems just. The thing, like, I'm gonna make another video about this probably later, but I'm so angry and done that I have to talk about what someone said 11 years ago and how people are just now realizing that he's a womanizer, when you knew that whenever he ran the Miss Universe contest. Like, he ran the Miss Universe pageant. What do you think someone that runs that is like? Do you think that they're an amazing, outstanding person? No, they want to be surrounded by beautiful women, and they're going to say sleazy things, and they're going to see women like that. Now, do I think that Trump doesn't respect women? No, I think that Trump does respect women. I think that he loves women. I think that he thinks that that's how a lot of women like to be treated, because that's how the women around him like to be treated. A lot of the people that were around Trump, it's the same idea of an echo chamber. He was around all of these women all the time that just wanted to get with him so that they could have money, so that they could have power. And then you have him hearing that in his entire life, and that's going to be how he acts. Now, the audio that came out about what he said with Billy Bush, I listened to it, I don't know how many times, because how many people were talking about it. I'll break it down really, really quick for you. Ready? 1, he started with hitting on a married person. I don't know if he knew that they were married at the time. That is the worst thing that he said, was that he hit on a married person. Then he talked about grabbing women's pussies. And then the issue with the fact that he said that was the line before it said, these women will let you do whatever they want. You can grab them by the pussy. What he means by that is that they are consenting to letting him do that. That is not sexual assault, okay? So, first, he's hitting on a girl. He said that he came at her like a bitch, which means that, and people are like, what the hell does that mean? It means that he was doing everything for her, trying to get with her. He was being her bitch, is what it meant. It's the same thing as saying that you're pussy whipped. That's what he was trying to say. If you understood that, you understood that he was literally waiting at her hand and foot, trying to do anything to get with her, which is a lot of guys' mentality. That's not sexual assault. That's a little fucked up because she was married, but that's not sexual assault. Then saying that a lot of women let them grab their pussies, that's not sexual assault. That's consensual from the way that he made it sound. The kissing thing, if you're from that generation, you kiss people on the cheek. I think we all know that we've been to family reunions, or you've seen people on TV, they walk in the room, oh, hi, how are you? They hug, they kiss on the cheek, and that's it. It seems that he enjoys that a little too much. And the fact that he was having a Tic Tac beforehand, wanted to make sure that his breath smelled good, all that. I mean, that's more of, keeping your own image up, all that kind of stuff. None of that bothered me. What bothered me was the hitting on a married woman. I mean, whatever. It's such a non-issue. It's it's so non-issue if you take the time to just walk through it. If I'm going to nail Trump, I want to nail him on his policies. I want to nail how bad his policies are. I want to nail how bad his rhetoric is. That's the issue, not anything else. My God, it angers me so much that people are that emotional over what he said whenever it's very easy to break down. Now, when people are like, oh, that's just locker room talk, that's I've heard worse, and then people are saying, oh, I haven't heard worse. I've literally heard worse in a Jay-Z song. I've literally heard worse in a 50 Cent song. I've heard worse in so many rap songs and so many rock songs. I mean, Tool has a song about prison rape. The song, there's another song called Hooker with a Penis. Just go through any, oh my God, just go through any music that you listen to. You're gonna find something that's worse than what Trump said. Within a few songs, unless you listen to classic music or Kids Bop or something like that. And even Kids Bop, they change the words because the words are so bad, but the songs are just as bad as what Trump said. And if you break down what Trump said, he wasn't sexually assaulting anyone. Now, there was, I think, a rape case against him once, maybe twice, I'm not sure. Both of those have been dismissed. So you can take that as they are, and you could judge that, you could attack that. But this issue of, this issue of people getting outraged over this one clip is astonishing to me. Yeah, I think that's it. And just not to leave the Clinton stuff out of the way. I like the drama behind the election. I think it's funny. The fact that Bill Clinton has 4 rape allegations against him, there could be more, and there's 19, I think, something like that, 17, 19, different sex, scandals, I should say, could be assaults, different things like that Bill Clinton has done. And then you look at what Trump has done, and then you look at what Hillary Clinton is defended. It's all such a moot point at this point, and people are just blowing all of that out of the water. If Bill Clinton actually was convicted a rapist, that would be a different story. I've listened to all of the rape allegations against Bill. One sounds believable, and with his history of having sex allegations against him, I mean, yeah. Also the fact that the one he was being sued for like $500,000 and he settled with $850,000 is suspect too. But if we're not going to talk about Bill Clinton's rapes, we shouldn't talk about what Trump said. If we're not going to talk about all the crimes that Hillary did, we shouldn't talk about what Trump did with his taxes. If we're going to talk about both sides evenly, we can bring it all up. We can start going at it. But if the media is going to ignore the one side, then it's our job to bring up the other side, even if we disagree. I actually defended Hillary Clinton with the super predator stuff, showing that it wasn't racist what she said at the time. That's it. Like, if something's not right by the media on either side, I'm going to bring it up. That's it. Anyway, that's it. Whenever it comes to voting, if you live in a non-swing state, vote for whoever. Your vote really doesn't matter at this point in those states. If you live in a swing state, go out and vote for your conscience. That's all I can say. I live in a swing state, and I'll be honest, I'm most likely going to vote Trump, even though I'm going to hate myself doing it. I'm literally going, I'm not sure who I'm going to go in and vote for. I'm sitting here going, do I vote for Johnson or do I vote for Trump? And I'm being outright and open about it. I support Johnson. I want him to win. I want to vote for him, but because I live in a swing state, I might vote for Trump. That's how it is. Anyway, hope you guys like this video. Hope it was somewhat entertaining and enjoyable to watch or informational, and you got something out of me being so frustrated at this election. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.